Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic that I know a lot of people want to talk about and, speculate about and all these other different types of things, right? And that is, will the Tampa Bay Buccaneers trade for Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers? And I am not alone in this video today. Joining me yet again, my colleague from BucsNation.com. It is Evan Wanish. Evan, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, thanks for being on yet again, man. And Evan, this is something that me and you've talked about personally off video a decent amount, and now we're finally sitting down and talking about this in a video, right? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Aaron Rodgers. This is honestly the guy that a lot of people wanted right off the bat whenever, Tom Brady's retirement was announced because hey, you replace the GOAT with a guy who is also an incredibly elite quarterback. It just fits in a lot of people's minds, right? But I kind of want your initial thoughts on the idea of the Buccaneers potentially trading for Aaron Rodgers, and what you think that would potentially look like if it would or would not happen.
The idea of it is, you know, it's self-explanatory, right? Don't need to get too into that. You're going from, like you said, the greatest quarterback of all time to a quarterback who is arguably a top 10 quarterback of all time, maybe even top five. I don't think he's top five, but he definitely has the accolades and he's an elite quarterback. He's probably, unfortunately, going to win the MVP again. So that would be 2 years in a row. So you're talking about getting a guy who is going to put you in contention to keep that Super Bowl window open, right? If the Bucs wanted to keep that Super Bowl now, right, like this next season, if they wanted to keep that open, Aaron Rodgers is your best option. Is he your only option? No, but he's probably your best option. But not like Tom Brady. Tom Brady just had to sign. Aaron Rodgers, you have to trade for. It takes two to tango a lot of times with trade, and you have to give up a lot of assets. So we'll have to wait and see what the price tag is. But the idea of Rodgers is certainly enticing. But after you think about it more and more, what it could cost, would the Packers be willing to do it? That's when you start running into some more questions.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts, right? I think that sometimes people get a little jump the gun type, of a mindset with, oh, they can just trade for this guy, and it's with every fan base, right? This just happens in a lot of fan bases where just trade for this guy. What's the big deal? But like you said, cost is something. The desire to want to trade Aaron Rodgers is something as well. So there's a lot of different factors that go into a move like this, especially on the caliber of a guy like Aaron Rodgers. And that's kind of the first thing I want to talk about, Evan, is something about price tag, a price tag for a trade for Aaron Rodgers. If you had to guess, because again, me and you have talked about this a lot, what would you figure a price tag would even begin to be for Aaron Rodgers? Four-time MVP, right? Is that accurate to say he's a four-time MVP?
I believe if he wins this year, it'll be his third, I think.
Okay, at least a third time. Oh, third time
Yeah.
MVP, but still, you talked about it. Potentially top 10 greatest quarterback of all time, all these other accolades he has. What would even be an asking price, you'd think?
Well, I think you got to start. It would be first round picks. It would be more than a one first round pick. That's for sure. I'd probably say, at the end of the day, you got to look at it objectively a little bit. He is 38 years old right now. So it's not like he's 30 years old and you're going to have him for the next 7, 8 years. You probably have Aaron Rodgers for maybe three, at most, probably 4 more years. So that diminishes his price tag a little bit, but I still think you're probably looking, a guy that's going to win back-to-back MVPs. You're probably looking around three first-round picks. Which is it's just steep, but there's going to be a team that's going to be out there, and going to do it, right? The Denver Broncos are a team. The Pittsburgh Steelers are another team that come to mind. Will the Buccaneers be one of those teams? I don't know. I don't personally see it happening just because that's a steep price tag, and the Bucs really value their draft picks. Um, but I think, when people look at the Rams and all the first round picks that they've traded over the years, they're going to be playing in the Super Bowl a week from today. So teams are going to look at that and say, well, they went all in and it's working out for them. We're going to do the same thing. The Buccaneers have done their version of all in, but they sort of did it the free agency route. This way, it's going to be through trade, and it's going to be an expensive one. So, I think 3 first-round picks is probably what you're looking at. It could be maybe even more. Maybe it's 3 first-round picks and a young player. Maybe it's 3 first-round picks and a couple of second-round picks or third-round picks. It's not going to be cheap, but you're going to be getting elite quarterback play.
Yeah, obviously it'd be a king's ransom type of situation, right? But you would easily be getting the best quarterback in the NFC, and then arguably who would now possibly be the best quarterback in the NFL. Maybe you want to say Patrick Mahomes, yeah. But still, obviously that would be a lot, right? And, let us know down in the comments section, if it would cost 3 first-round picks, a couple of second-round picks, heck, maybe you have to throw in, I wouldn't say a guy like Devin White, but maybe a really big young player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is that a price tag that you'd be willing to play? Let us know down in the comments section below. But also, Evan, not just the price of trading for Aaron Rodgers, but also the price of paying Aaron Rodgers. Because right now, as it stands, the Buccaneers do not have a lot of cap space, and they have a lot of guys that they have to re-sign. So whenever you factor in bringing in a guy like Rodgers, a big contract, of course, he's getting paid like one of the top quarterbacks in the league, that's also something you've got to consider in a move like this, right?
Yeah, you have to consider it. And there's been rumors that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, want to team up wherever they may go. If that's the case, there was a report, not confirmed by anybody, but there was a report that Davante Adams might be looking for around $30 million a year, which would make him the highest paid wide receiver in football. So that's what he's aiming for. He's aiming to be number one. I mean, if Adams truly does come with him, you're talking about getting rid of either Chris Godwin or Mike Evans, possibly both, right? Because it's tough to fit that cap. Plus Aaron Rodgers, if there were to be a trade, and this isn't just with the Bucs, this is with any team. If there were to be a trade, I have to guess that there would be an extension of some sort involved with Aaron Rodgers to not only ensure that he's there, he's a free agent in 2024, so he has 2 years left on his deal, but to ensure that you can lower that cap hit, right? You can make that a little bit more manageable to help you out with the cap. And, it's, you're going to be paying a 39-year-old quarterback. Now, I know the Bucs just paid at the time, Tom Brady was 42 when they signed him. I understand that, but it's a little bit of different circumstances here because does Adams come with him? And if Adams comes with him, that changes the game, I think. And that's not something the Bucs can do. You can't give up 3 first-round picks, but then have to pay Aaron Rodgers and have to pay Davante Adams. It's just not something I don't think they're in a position to do right now.
Right. And then, finally, one of the last things you talked about, and, we're not saying this is an impossible move, because obviously, hey, the Buccaneers got Tom Brady. A lot of people thought that was an impossible move. So I don't discount anything anymore in life, Evan. But one of the last things you talked about was, hey, is the other team willing to trade, the guy away? And right now the reports are coming out that the Green Bay Packers are saying, nope, we all want Aaron Rodgers back, which is, they've been saying that year after year now since.
Of course they do. I mean, they don't want to trade Aaron Rodgers, but ultimately it's not Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's not their decision, really. If Aaron Rodgers says, I'm out, he's out.
Right.
But, are the Packers going to trade him within the conference? And also the Packers are going to be playing the Buccaneers this coming season. So I don't think that's as big of a factor, but I think the Packers would strongly prefer send him out in the AFC, where, like I mentioned, Denver and Pittsburgh are just sitting there, 2 prime spots for him. Send him out there. Yeah, I think that's what the Packers would strongly prefer if they had to trade him. I think if the Packers had their choice, it's Aaron Rodgers. So you don't want to trade Aaron Rodgers. But if Rodgers says I'm out, I really think the Packers would push hard to get him out of the NFC and so they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and Evan, I think one of the more important aspects here is, with signing a guy like Brady, right? You were able to still be able to build around him while having a manageable cap number with him at the quarterback position and really keep all of your guys. It just doesn't really seem like this is a move that can feasibly work, right? In terms of money, in terms of trading price tag, in terms of the interest with the Green Bay Packers. Of course, they want to keep Aaron Rodgers, but if they have to trade him, like you said, probably going to an AFC team. There's a lot of factors. You also throw in Devontae Adams into that mix. There's a lot of factors that say that this move doesn't make a ton of sense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. So I kind of want to, finish off this video with your final thoughts on this. Do you think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will or will not trade for Aaron Rodgers? And just kind of give your final thoughts.
I do not. I would be pretty surprised. I think out of the quarterback options, he's probably the least likely to be under center for this team. I can't see it. Like I said, the idea of Aaron Rodgers on the football field, just having Aaron Rodgers, sure. And if he was a free agent, absolutely. You go balls to the wall to try and get him. But that's not the case. You're giving up basically your future, right? Which you will have a core that is going to be declining in age eventually. And you're going to be giving up 3 first-round picks plus maybe more. You're giving up your future and tying up a lot of your cap space into one guy, possibly 2. While the Buccaneers are a win now, you're basically selling your soul and your future for one more run at it. And I'm just not sure that's worth it. So Rodgers is the best option, sure. But when you think about the other factors, there are other team building options that are probably a little bit more beneficial to them.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for the Bucs right now is to strive for a level of balance, right? Post Brady era. They still have to build a team around whoever is going to be their quarterback. And I think that there's going to be options out there to where they're going to be able to accomplish that goal better. If you're getting a guy like Rodgers, you're really hampering the ability to build around Rodgers, which I know a lot of people are going to say, well, there's still a lot of great guys that are coming back on contract, understandably so. I totally get where people are coming from that mindset, but again, just the price tag of trading, the price tag of signing him to a contract, the just all the other different factors that go into it really don't support a move like this happening, as well as bringing back a lot of their key free agents to help this team stay Super Bowl competitive. And, Evan, there's been reports coming out that, again, a move like this probably isn't likely. The Packers, want to keep Aaron Rodgers and all these other different types of things. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot of traction to a move like this potentially happening. So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say this trade won't happen. I understand a lot of people that, hey, they want the Brady move 2.0, right, with getting Rodgers. But unfortunately, especially in the NFL, things like that don't happen twice. That's why, everybody was so fortunate to have Tom Brady on the Bucs in the first place, because stuff like that does not happen. And I don't think it's going to happen twice here, unfortunately, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But, Evan, we could be wrong. I know me and you had our doubts about the Brady move in the past, and boy, oh boy, we were proven wrong on that. But, at the end of the day, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But we're both in agreement here that we don't think a trade for Aaron Rodgers is likely. But what do you guys think? Let us know your thoughts and opinions about the potential for an Aaron Rodgers to Tampa Bay trade down in the comment section below. We would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Evan, I want to thank you for being on this video. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. For those of you who have not done so already, go check out Evan's articles on BucsNation.com and go check out his podcast, Cannon Fire Podcast. Links to those will be down in the pinned comment down in the comment section below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now. And go Bucs.